Aries, welcome to your December read. This is for Aries. It's a general reading for December. We have a couple questions we're going to ask Spirit, get some guidance on. I was thinking about, a gift giving season, and the ability to receive. So I think a lot of us are challenged by that. So our general inquiry for December, for all signs, is, excuse me, what are the gifts that the universe is trying to give you this month? What gifts does the universe have for Aries this month? What is it that the universe wants to give you? I think it's this one. And the second query is, how do you become a better receiver, right? We're challenged to receive graciously. We play it down and we say, oh, it's not a big deal. Whenever anybody tries to compliment us. Some of us just feel really awkward receiving. So how do you get better at that? A couple of twos there. The twos are about weighing choices, about your instincts, about duality. It's interesting when I see more than one of the same number coming up. All right, so let's see what we have here for you, Aries. So what gifts does what does the universe want to give you? It wants to give you justice, a sense of balance. Maybe there's a situation where you haven't really felt like things were fair. It wants to give you that. It wants to bring you a sense that things are fair. It also wants to give you an appreciation for remaining potentials. So with the Five of Cups, you can focus on past lost opportunities, or you can focus on the potential that still remains. Excuse me, I just had my lunch. The universe wants to give you the gift of perspective, right? Wants to help you see that there is still good left. There are still great opportunities awaiting you, even if something didn't work out in the past. It also wants to give you the ability to think very logically, very analytically, the power of the truth. It wants to give you that. That's what I'm sensing very strongly here. The gifts the universe has waiting for you, if you're able to receive them in December, is a sense of balance and fairness, and understanding that the past does not define the future and great things still remain for you, and the power of the truth. It's really beautiful. I think that there's a lot of healing. I'm sensing a great, strong healing energy in this. Whoever this is for, the Aries I'm picking up on, you've kind of been through it. You lost something, and maybe a marriage. I'm not sure. You're really kind of beaten down right now, and you're trying to stay positive. You really are. People are denying your truth, is what I'm hearing. And the gift that's on offer for you in December is an acknowledgement that the truth is the truth. That's what it is. It's not arbitrary. It's not optional. Your truth is, in fact, real for you, and it needs to be accepted and acknowledged by those around you. And there's a fairness here. See, there's another sword. There are these two swords here. Justice is holding that same sword that the king has. It's really a potential for a whole lot of healing this month, Aries. I really feel that. So how do we receive that? How do we get that gift? So we look here. There's a partnership. Some people say the Two of Cups is the the twin flame card. I'm not going to go there, but I think there is something about a partnership which helps you heal, which helps you receive the gifts the universe has for you. It's in this connection. It's in making choices about this connection. How do you get better at receiving in general? I think it's love. I think it's being open to the fact that someone might want to help you. Somebody might actually want to help you. I think the whomever I'm picking up on feels very alone. Very much like nobody does things for them unless they want something, you know? It's a very guarded energy. It's this sense that you wouldn't be trying to give me a gift unless you expected me to give you something in return. And how you become a better receiver is to heal that, to get past that sense that every gift is given with the expectation that you would have to give something also. Sometimes people or the universe or whatever just want to give you gifts, and it's not a finite resource. This is something I said in another video just a minute ago. It's not that there are only so many gifts to give. The universe is infinite. There are enough gifts for everyone. And working on your faith and trust in others will help you become a better receiver, because it's not always that someone's trying to get away with something. It's not always that someone is trying to manipulate by giving you a gift. I think that is what I'm seeing or sensing here, is that that's what you need to work on in order to be a better receiver. Then we have the Judgment card, and pardon me, my throat chakra is really in rough shape today. This is sort of awakening, reflecting, thinking about how maybe some of the rewards that you're receiving now, some of the gifts the universe is trying to give you, have to do with good things you've done in the past. You've been a good person. You've helped others. Or maybe you weren't always a good person and you hurt others. And there are certain gifts that will come to you now to help you learn and appreciate parts of yourself that are resulting from those efforts. The, quote unquote bad stuff you did. We create our own future is what this card tends to mean to me. The things we do, the choices we make today, create our tomorrow. And how does that relate? I think that appreciating the fact that you've been generous in the past, you've given to others, others have given to you, it's reciprocal. Everything comes back round, right? It's this sort of karma card, some people call it. It's this sense that it's not that people give you gifts to get something out of you. However, if you have given, you will receive. People will want to give back to you, to reciprocate, and you need to be open to that. In order to be a more gracious receiver, you need first to understand that it isn't always a manipulation, and sometimes it's a reward from the universe for good things that you've done. It's a little challenging. I mean, the universe has these great lessons, these great insights, these great supporting energies to give you as gifts, and you're kind of sitting there with your hands in your pockets, like not accepting. Just like any person, I suppose. At some point, the universe is going to be like, I guess, I'll go find somebody else to give it to. So you don't want that to happen. You want to practice and work on being a better receiver, because this stuff could be quite good for you in December. Having your truth acknowledged, appreciating that your future is not determined by past disappointments, and a sense of real justice, real balance. It's like your truth has been denied. It's like your reality, you were told it wasn't real, and now finally the universe steps in and says, here's your gift. It is real. Your reality is real. Your truth is true. And here's irrefutable proof. After this doubting, after feeling like you are defined by a loss, you're not. So these clarifiers are for that, for the gifts. So we have the Two of Chalices, the Two of Cups, just like here, is helping to define. So maybe there's something about that connection and that relationship. You know, it's helping you to become a better receiver. Maybe it's also helping you to accept these gifts from the universe. The Eight of Chalices, this is about accepting that, you know, you have many options, but you have chosen the path you want to take, and you're going to move forward now, and you're going to leave some past in the past. I think that goes well with that Five of Cups energy. We have the Magician. So this is manifesting. This is you creating your future, just like with the Judgment card, right? You're manifesting what you want through your intentions and your actions. And that could go well with any of your gifts that are up there. And we have the Eight of Wands in reverse, came out as well to clarify. So what is that adding to our puzzle here? You're slowing yourself down. You might be panicking a little bit, like you've wanted these gifts for a long time. You've wanted that freedom to move forward, that feeling of fairness, that validation of your truth. But now that you have it all, it might be a little overwhelming at first. And you might find yourself sort of saying, you know, I've been waiting to move forward for so long, but whoa, you know, let's put the brakes on. Give me a minute. Let me integrate all of this into who I am and my understanding of reality, and then we'll proceed. Let's find some qualifiers. Let's find some clarifiers for this set of cards related to becoming a better receiver. Let's see, Aries. We have the Empress in reverse, and there's a certain tone there of being dependent, dependence, kind of a smothering energy, like a codependent, smothering sort of energy. The Knave of Chalices. So Prince. The Knave. Oh, come on. Focus. It's like a Page of Cups. You know, there's an aspect of dreaminess here, maybe, and it could be a renewed capacity to love. So maybe there's something about this connection that helps you open your heart again, that helps you address maybe a tendency toward dependence or smothering actions toward your partner that have really stood in the way of you receiving gifts from that person or from the universe or from anybody or anything. That clinginess, right? That neediness can often get in the way of receiving what people are trying to give us. It's this insecurity and a fear that we're not good enough to receive that gets in the way a lot of times. And then we have two knights right next to each other. We have the Knight of Cups and the Knight of Swords. So we've got strong energies coming in, emotional and intellectual. So heart and head working together here to move you forward, to help you understand that sometimes the gifts are a direct result of the good we've done in the world. I think that's you know, logically can be understood, and emotionally can also be understood on a different level. So that's interesting. I think it's going to be a pretty Interesting December for you, Aries. Let's take an Enchanted Map Oracle card. Get a little further guidance for December. For Aries. You have the compass. It's number 50. Might be a number of significance for some of you. The fives are solving problems. They can also be about instability, but I think in this case it's really using your heart and your intellect to make some progress here on whatever is blocking you from being able to receive. We're going to pull a Faeries Oracle card now. All right. We have number one. The number one card, Aries. Unity. I've never pulled the number one before. Let's see what that is. I don't know if I can get it to there. It actually worked. I'm always a little surprised when I get the camera to do what I want it to do. I know that's a little sad, but I'm still working out all this stuff. I only started doing videos in August, I guess, and so I'm still learning. Number one, unity. Union, mystical experience, spiritual home. So maybe it has something to do with getting the Two of Cups twice here. When this card comes up in a reading, it is asking us to remember the mystical concepts that we are all one, unified in a holistic universe. It reminds us to look at the needs and goals we have in common with others and to seek cooperation and community action rather than attempting to do everything on our own. To achieve our goals, we need the active cooperation of others, and to get that cooperation, we must be helpful to them and willing to work with their ideas as well as our own. It suggests that we think of things in terms of equal partnerships rather than in line of hierarchical authority. Unity also tells us that we have much to gain by remembering our own wholeness. Resolution of inner conflict is often necessary before we move ahead. It is important at this time that we work toward cooperation and reconciliation within and without. Seek the highest good of all involved and not merely your idea of the highest good. Ask for the divine energy of unity to permeate and guide you. So, interesting. A message there about working with others, about considering the thoughts and ideas and feelings of others. And that sort of makes me think about these two twos here. So the Two of Cups and the Two of Wands. And really understanding that sometimes gifts are given purely from generosity and not from a desire to get something from you. Yeah, it's an interesting card. There seems to be value for you in December in working with another, working with others, maybe not just one, to try to further a goal, not only based on what you want, but what is beneficial for both of you, for all of you. I'm going to pull a card from this deck, which is the Universe Has Your Back affirmation deck. And you have this one. When I lean on the faith of the universe, peace becomes real. You can see the little owls. I think it's important, especially in December, you know, when you have, if you have a challenge with receiving, December can be really difficult because you feel like you need to maybe overspend to buy gifts because you feel like if someone's giving you a gift, you better give them a gift, or you may want to try to overcompensate giving gifts, to proactively avoid being in a situation where someone shows up and gives you a gift and you don't have one to give back because you're not very comfortable with receiving. And so during December, if you can spend some time in meditation or just quiet moments, right? It doesn't have to be anything formal, but to really get in touch with your faith, whatever your particular faith is, to call on your beliefs, your deities, your energetic other to help you, to support you through this process. I think it's going to make a big difference. I don't know. That's a little bit of a tangent, but that's what's coming to me now to share with you. So I hope it's helpful. I think I'm going to leave it there, Aries. I will, I'm pretty sure I'll be doing some videos for the new year, meaning later this month doing some videos directed toward 2020, but not the January monthly. I'll do that as well. I feel a desire to dive a little bit deeper, and I don't really have, I think I want to do it separately. It's sort of feeling like a separate project. So I hope this is helpful. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. Thank you for the likes, shares, and subscribes. It is always, an honor to read for you, and I very much appreciate your supporting the channel. It means a lot to me. So I hope you have a great December, and we will see you in the next video. Blessings.